Hello my friends, and welcome to the 6th annual Read Your Bookshelf Challenge announcement. Actually, that's not quite true. This is the 5th announcement video. The first year, this reading challenge just started on my blog before I even had BookTube, and now for 5 years, it has been here on BookTube. I am excited to share the details for the 2026 Read Your Bookshelf Challenge this year. Once again, we'll be having a $100 gift card giveaway because challenges are always more fun when there's a prize involved. I'm super excited about this year's prompts and everything, but we're gonna get into all the rules and the fine print beforehand, and then we'll get into the prompts. And I'm going to be sharing possible options that I could read for these prompts as well. First things first, you do not have to read a book from your bookshelf. I get this question every year. I started this challenge because I wanted to work through books that are on my TBR. Let's see here, see that shelf there? I mean, when I started this, I had less books unread, and somehow they just grow, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I personally try to read from my bookshelf for this challenge. You do not need to. You don't need to go purchase books or make it work for you that way. This year, I will also be allowing myself to read ebooks that I own. I have quite a few on my Kobo that I have not read, so those might be making their way into my challenge as well. You can also fulfill these prompts any month, so I do have a prompt for each month, but I'm okay if you move them around in 2026. They just need to be read in 2026. And then you can enter the giveaway once per month. The giveaway will be up starting January 1st because I don't want people reading books before 2026. So I will come back here and I will leave a link in the description where you can enter the giveaway. It will be on my Substack. I will put out a Substack announcement. If you want to know where the link is going to be for that, the best thing to do is to make sure you're subscribed to my Substack, because who doesn't want to enter to win $100? Think of the books you could buy with that. I will also be having a printable for this challenge on Substack if you want to print it out. And I will once again be putting it on Storygraph. I think this last year was my first year putting it on Storygraph because I'm actually on there now. So that will be coming closer to January. I don't think it'll be up yet, but once again, the information will be in the description of this video. I'll come back and edit it when stuff is up. And as well, if you're signed up to my Substack, I'll alert you there. Okay, so I asked for advice. Wanted to hear what people thought about prompts for this year. Historically, I've done kind of a variety. Last year, or I guess this year that we're currently in 2025, I shared super simple prompts. I was like, this year we're gonna keep it simple. The year before, I had a 2-track system where you could be on team Sir Arthur Conan Doyle or team Lucy Maud Montgomery, and there was different prompts for each month, and you had the opportunity a few times a year to switch sides. It was fun, it was confusing, but it was fun. I've done prompts where each month you're playing off of the prompt from the month before, and some people liked one, some people liked the other, and some people like it simple. And so this year, I'm just going to keep things simple again. I know there are a number of book clubs that use my challenge, so the more confusing that I make it, the harder it is for them to use it. And honestly, the harder it is for me to create it. So I've got 12 prompts, one for each month. I'm going to be, sharing a book off of my shelf that I potentially could read for this prompt. Chances are I will have gained more books by the time those months come around. And then every year I'm always like, I should share some recommendations. I think one year I shared recommendations in my video. And then every other year I'm like, okay, I will share recommendations once a month in a video, or I will share them on Substack once a month. It never happens. So what I've decided is in December, when I'm doing Bookmas, which I will be doing a video every day from December 1st to December 24th, one of those days I will have recommendations for every prompt. Hopefully a few books, in case you guys need some ideas, want to know some books that I've loved that fulfill those prompts. That will be coming. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but at some point between December 1st and the 24th. I think that's everything. If you are joining the challenge, I would love for you to leave a comment. I would love for you to share this video with friends. The more you share it, the more people can join in, and just the more fun it is. So let's get into the prompts. You can probably see some of my books kind of spilling over here. January, the prompt is, the title needs to include an article. So a, an, the. Most of these prompts, because I'm keeping them simple, are either title or cover based, or something super simple where you don't have to know a ton about the book in order to fulfill the prompt. So one that's on my shelf is a historical fiction called The Lion Women of Tehran. I had this on a TBR a few months ago. I kind of knew I wasn't going to get to it. Still not 100% sure when I'm going to get to it, but maybe January. Maybe this will be the book I pick for that. For the record, it doesn't have to start with a, an, or the. It just needs to have it in the title somewhere. February. Okay, so sometimes this happens. I make the prompts and then I'm like, oh, those are a little hard. So then I edit it a little bit. And we are going to be doing 3 or more objects on the cover. I thought this would be easier when I was looking through my shelves than it was. Originally I had it as 5 objects and I had to put it down to 3. So I have Sophia's War. I've almost got rid of this book multiple times, but I'm glad I didn't because it works well for this. So objects, we've got a noose here, we've got a necklace, we've got a cannon, we've got a flag. I've got at least 3 objects here. Some books, apparently none on my TBR shelf, are very object heavy. And apparently most of them aren't, but hopefully you guys don't struggle with this too much. For March, we're gonna do a weapon on the cover. And I have some swords here on If We Were Villains. It could be all sorts of weapons. Honestly, I think that the noose could have counted as well, because a noose is definitely a weapon. Not maybe in the very traditional sense, but I think so. Yeah, so we've got some swords for my weapon there. I'm really hoping that I have read this book before March though. April. Apparently we got a few grammar things this year. April, the title needs to include a conjunction. So we've got like and, but, for, so, etc. Which one did I have for that? Oh yeah, the Book of Shame that I still have not read. My grandmother sends her regards and apologizes. I think this is the Canadian and UK title. There's another title. Something about my grandma says she's sorry. I can't remember what it is, but it has an and. So this one would count. May. I always try to pick a prompt that I'm excited about for my birthday month. And I did includes a place. So you could do like a country, like England. You could do a room, like a library, or a valley, or woods. There's a lot of words that could count for place. On my shelf, I have these these blue mountains. So mountains are a place, the blue mountains are a place. That definitely would work. June, the title is 5 or more words. Sometimes this is harder than I think it's going to be. On my shelf, I have Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. I don't know anything about this book. I picked it up in a little free library a few months ago. Thought maybe I'd get to it in October, but I didn't. But it's got 5 words. If you're looking for a 5 or more word title, usually Jamie Jo Wright's books fall in this category, so check out her books. July is like the only one where you kind of need to open the book up, because July we're doing has a map. It's not hard to find though, it's usually in the first few pages. This is kind of another book of shame because I read the first book a year and a half ago already, Mantles of Oak and Iron. This is the second book in the Turum archive, and it does actually have, let's see here, open up. It has 4 maps. It's got 2 maps here and 2 maps here. So definitely would count. Maybe I get like bonus points if there's more than 1 map. Just kidding, there's no bonus points. August, we're gonna do water. I do think that I've had this prompt before, but it's so common in books. So it could either have a water word in the title, or it can have water on the cover. So you could have like rain on the cover. I have The Child from the Sea, which has the word sea, plus the sea on the cover. So once again, bonus points that don't exist would be given for this, if they existed. September, we're gonna do an animal. Lots of books have animals, except apparently when you're looking for them. But another book of shame Caleb and Kit. My daughter has wanted me to read this book for so long. It is a favorite of hers. It has oh, I thought it was an eagle, but I don't know. It has some kind of bird here on the cover. So I should definitely get to this before September. Yeah, I feel bad. Sometimes other books are just like more shiny and the eyes just gravitate to them. October is books. So books on the cover, books in the title, like bookshop, you know, that kind of thing. I have a couple different options on my shelf for this, but I pulled off this one, Beneath the Shadows. This has a book on the cover, and I am going to spoiler, not the book, an upcoming video. In 2026, I am going to be doing an Instagram book club where each month I'll be having a book club with indie published books. This is going to be one of them. So 12 indie published books, 12 months. Book club is on Instagram. More details in a video to come in hopefully the next week or week and a half. I don't know exactly. So yeah, this is an indie published book and I'll be talking about it again then. Where are we at here? We've got 2 left, which is interesting because I've got 3 books left here. So how did I manage that? November, we're going to do a vehicle on the cover. And you can kind of get creative. What is a vehicle? Well, it's a car, it's a train, it's a horse, it's a dragon. I mean, if it's something that people can ride on, you know, a bicycle, I think a dragon would count if that is what happens in the book, if you know that or you can tell that. I have a blimp. We've got Breath of Bones here. It's got a blimp on there. And I don't know what this creature-y thing is, but, oh, it's a golem. Right, because this is like World War II-ish fantasy. I was wondering if someone could be in there. Could this be a vehicle too? I'm not sure, but it has a blimp. And I really love the art on this cover. I love it. Pretty. Okay, and the last one. Why do I have this other one here? I grabbed it. Oh, yes, because I was going to do a prompt and I was like, I've done that one before. It's kind of boring. I don't want to do that prompt. December, we're doing true or false. So it could have the word true or false in it, beneath false stars, hence why I pulled this one off. But it could have the word lies. It could be a true statement. I didn't think about what is a true statement here. Interestingly, I have multiple books that have the word lies on my TBR cart, but one of the books I have on there is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. That is true. That is part of the book. Or it could be a title that's a complete lie, which of course I can't think of off the top of my head, but those are options. I feel like it gives you some room. Or maybe there could be the cover is true or false in some way, if you can make it work. I don't police this very much. So if you can kind of justify why your book works, that works for me. So there we have it. That is the announcement video for the 2026 Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. People have been asking me for weeks if I'm going to be doing the challenge. I don't see myself ever not doing this. Like if I'm on BookTube, this challenge will be coming. It always comes out the second half of November. Maybe I'll have to put it out sooner next year because yeah, people are always like, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Which I'm excited about. It makes me glad that people are thinking about this, but maybe I'm dragging my feet too much. So let me know in the comments if you are joining in. If you're joining in, I would love it if you would give this video a like. I only ask that like a couple times a year. And if you could share it with a friend, I would appreciate it so much. Thanks for hanging out with me and hearing about this year's challenge.